back to DNA on the go, or DNA reviews. DNA reviews. My name's Aalayah.
This is Dwayne, the dad, in the DNA.
And we are back to talk about movies. This is a big week, guys, or a big month, or a big fall. I don't know how long. I don't know how long Game of Thrones is. I don't know how many episodes.
I think it's 10.
10 episodes, but yeah, it's gonna be a big fall in general.
Yeah, we got Game of Thrones, we got Lord of the Rings, we have Andor, we got Hulk, we got, oh my gosh, there's so much things going on.
Black Panther.
Black Panther's in November. There's a lot of stuff happening in the fall.
Yeah. So, but I'm excited about it. And the first thing we're going to talk about is Game of Thrones.
All right.
Which I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I didn't watch any.
Oh, that's right. You didn't watch the original series.
I was never. I wasn't on the original series when it came out. I think I was like 10. Like I was like I'm not interested. And then people were like, "Well, you're old enough now. Go watch it." And I'm just like, I'm not like I just. Oh, when it comes to this fantasy stuff, I just can't do it.
Come on, Lay.
So I
wanted good storytelling. It's just in a different time frame.
But like I would be fine. The thing is, this is why there's a difference between superheroes and fantasy for me, because it's at least modern. Like give us this lore, but in modern times. Like okay, the miscarriage. Oh, she can't.
Yo,
is that a? Sorry, I don't know if this. It is not a spoiler anymore.
No, we're gonna talk spoilers.
But like this really quick.
It's been over a week. We could talk spoilers.
It's been over a week. The miscarriage thing, they didn't know what to do because of the time, and I'm like, but we have the technology now. Like, can we just have it in our time?
No.
Okay, I had my rant.
No, it has to be in this time so it fits.
Okay, sorry.
Fits.
I'm okay.
Listen, the stories are the same. Okay, you have treachery, jealousy, anger. It's all the same. It's just different time periods. Whether there's tall skyscrapers or flying dragons, there's the same.
I know.
Stories.
It's just
you gotta pay attention to the details.
The details. I am paying attention to it. So I wonder what your thoughts are, because you're the big
Game of Thrones
fan, and so, I was just watching it as a newbie. This is new.
So let me tell you, been waiting for this forever. I don't know if you know this. They actually shot another pilot for this. Let me tell you how serious they are about Game of Thrones. They actually shot another pilot for this series. There was another one. Mm-hmm. HBO looked at it and was like, no.
Oh, they're like, no.
Y'all need to go back.
It wasn't good enough?
They scrapped it. And look, they spent like $20 million shooting that pilot.
Oh, wow. But the thing is, you know, HBO was probably like scrap it because of the things that we've gotten because of season 8. People were like, season 8 is trash. Yeah. So they're like, this first episode has to be good for people to stay on.
They sent it back. They were like, I don't care how much money you spent. This is not Game of Thrones quality. Take it back. So they're serious about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So when they came out with this one, House of Dragon, this was like, everybody was looking to see what was going to happen, because season 8 of Game of Thrones wasn't bad. It was just rushed.
Yeah.
They wrapped up 7 to 8 years of storyline in 6 episodes. And there's no way you could have tied this all up. They tied it up too quickly. So people were just upset about that. The story was still good. It was just too fast. Mm. So getting into this bad boy right here. So we was all excited about it, everything ready for it. And sure enough, it did not disappoint. Everything that you wanted in it, you had intrigue, you had drama, you had family dynamics, which of course is all what Game of Thrones is about. Mm-hmm. It's all about the Game of the Throne, power, right? Who's going to have it? Who wants it? Who's going to get it, right? So if you go to the next slide, I think we got some highlights we could talk about.
Okay, because I'm wondering like what's going on, because she got the throne, but then he wanted the throne. Are they siblings? This is her uncle,
right? That's her uncle, right? So let me go through.
Okay. So this next slide.
All right. So this describes what this show's about. Here's your highlights. So I had a lot of highlights on the top about it. So one of the big things I wanted to talk about before we even get into it was 20 million people to tune in worldwide to watch this.
Wow.
20 million.
That's insane, because it's usually like not like that.
You don't see those numbers. You haven't seen those numbers since the days of like when you used to have only 3 channels.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's so much to watch now. You can't get 20 million people. They're happy when 4 million people look at it.
Right. That's what I was going to say, yeah.
So 20 million people tuned in. Of course, the servers crashed.
Right.
The first night. They They couldn't even get it to work on streaming. It shut down HBO Max. It was gone.
That's crazy.
So anyway, 20 million people watched it. And what's ridiculous about this, but even though this is unprecedented, it's still not the highest show. $200 million to produce this entire show. Right around $20 million
That's like a movie.
episode.
Yeah.
But guess what?
What?
Lord of the Rings,
Oh, yeah.
$450 million to produce that show.
That's crazy. That's crazy because I'm trying to wonder how they're gonna make their profit because it's coming out on Amazon, right? And it's different from a movie. Like you go to the movies, you see it once, but then you want to see it several times. So that's how you make your money back. But how do you make your money back on a streaming service?
Their thought is, and the reason why this is why content is really important. You want to drive people to your service, and people will sign up for one show. Like this show right here, there's people that drop HBO Max.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This show's done, I'm out. Game of Thrones over, I'm out.
Right.
They're going to come back now because of Game of Thrones. Well, there's people who are going to want to see Lord of the Rings, and it's like, yo, I got to get Amazon.
Get the service.
I got to go get Amazon Prime. So that's what they're hoping right? To drive revenue to Amazon Prime.
Because I'm thinking, like, if we have our one account, and that's 5 people that they're missing out on money, but I guess if, like, more people
they just
want to
drive people to the account. Plus, Amazon,
they're fine. Like
Amazon got money though.
They're okay.
It ain't like that $450. They were like, listen. Amazon spends. This is kind of side note. Amazon spends. Listen to this, okay? $7.5 billion in shipping.
Oh, okay.
That's just to ship your product. So this $450 million, that was between the couch seats.
Change. Oh, look.
Change. Oh, look, here's some cash. Amazon is okay.
Don't
worry about it.
They're doing fine. They're doing fine. Okay.
Don't cry for Amazon. They're all right.
So I want to make sure they're...
Yeah. All right, but this show is $200 million to produce, plus another $100 million in marketing. So it's about $300 million on this show alone. It's crazy just to get this show going.
Yeah.
The next big point I wanted to talk about was they already greenlit season 2.
I mean, after 20 million people come in, you better greenlight this.
They were like,
you better greenlight it.
We're not playing. We want the next season. Go ahead, go.
Yeah.
Shoot it. Start shooting it now.
Wow.
So they already greenlit season 2. 20 million people came in. They were like, we're not playing around.
Right.
So the next thing was, of course, critics and audience ratings were high. So this is important because people were really worried after the last season.
Right.
You know? And, of course, it's all new showrunners. This is not the original showrunners.
Oh, like writers and stuff?
Yeah, these are all new writers, new showrunners.
Oh, wow.
So there was some concern with the quality level be there. Plus, HBO already sent back that first one and say, hey, scrap this. This ain't gonna fly.
Yeah.
And this one hit. It was good. It was good. It was good because now here's the thing though. This one is not gonna hit if you haven't watched Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Okay. Because when I watched this, the way I watched it was, okay, this is made like I've seen Game of Thrones before, right? Which their thought is, who hasn't?
Sorry, right? Well, hey, it's a prequel, so I want to watch this one first before going into the other one or whatever.
Right? So when you watch this, even though it's a prequel, there's not a lot of world building happening here, right? They're not setting up who's who. They're not setting up, they're not setting up the powers that be, okay? Because they don't need to, because they've already set all that up in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, as a new person that's coming in, I'd rather them not do that because as like a Marvel fan, that's frustrating when you're watching a movie and it's like, I don't care about the people that didn't come in. You didn't watch it, that's too bad. Get straight to the point. Like if they did that for Endgame and Infinity War, I would have been mad.
Oh, yeah.
So I understand, and I still felt like I picked things up. I was like, okay, this person's important, blah, blah, blah.
Well, what they did right was as a standalone show, you could follow what was happening. It's just that you got a little, like Marvel, you got a little extra wink when you see certain things.
That's so funny.
Because you watch the other show.
There were certain points in there where I was like, I bet this is a wink moment because it was a little bit of a longer pause. I was like, I bet this is like something that people were like, oh my gosh. And I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, there's a couple of Easter eggs in it. So we'll talk about it. So all right, let's jump right into it. So the first thing we have here is this show is set 175 years before Game of Thrones, before Daenerys, who is the dragon rider and the queen in Game of Thrones. Daenerys is the big queen with the white hair.
Okay.
You don't know anything about that. But This is set 175 years before she took power. And so this lets us know where we're at. Good setup. Great. We know how far ahead it was. It was a long time ago. Oh, and by the way, Mom asked me, so 175 years ago, did anything change as far how it looked? I said, nope, there was no progress.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
There was no
done.
There was no progress in this society.
Can't do this anymore.
There was no progress. 175 years ago to the Game of Thrones.
We're
Yep, same
nothing.
clothes, same everything. They had no progress. Nothing.
Wow.
Like, no technology. So they are still living in the dark ages. All right, let's skip that. All right, so it comes up with that, and now we have the big thing. So at the beginning, you have you see the king who's at the time, and he's old and frail, and they were narrating saying, look, it's been 300 years of peace. They haven't had any problems, been prosperity. So it's like, everything's good, right? The kingdoms are united because there's like 7 kingdoms, and they all united under the Iron Throne. All the Game of Thrones fans know this. And so the king is like, well, who should be my heir? Because I don't have an heir.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah,
so it's coming up to that. And it was the lady who was a cousin to be his heir, and the guy who's now the king to be the heir. And they were like, well, we don't want a woman to be the heir, so they gave it to the guy.
That's another thing. I need progression. I need progression in the show. Like, can we just get to the point? But then I like the ending, so okay, keep
Make
going.
it woke.
Come on.
So the guy becomes king. I forget the name. I'll get all the names, by the time that I start rocking with this show. Anyway, he becomes king, and so more prosperity on him. Now Matt Smith, I don't know about his real name. Matt Smith is the guy who's the uncle.
Right. He was in Morbius.
He was in Morbius, exactly.
It's Morbin time.
Morbius. Yeah, there you go. So Matt Smith's the uncle, and then of course the daughter. Well, before we get to that point. We have the king. He's like, all right, I need an heir. His daughter rides in on a dragon. She's really not interested in it, you know what I mean?
Right.
But kind of like, well, I'm not interested in it,
Yeah.
but you're not even looking at me, Dad.
That too. She's like, I'm like literally your only child. Come on.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not even getting the consideration.
like just pretend like, oh, this person and,
Oh, you could
at least entertain it.
Not even entertaining it. So his wife's pregnant, and of course he's like, it's a boy.
Yeah.
It's a boy, okay? Yeah. It's a boy. So there's a couple of things that are going to be crazy here coming up. So it's a boy. He's like, all right, so because his wife's pregnant and they're expecting this big birth, they have this big feast with jousting and everybody's reveling.
Yeah.
And the uncle, Matt Smith, comes in. He comes to town, cracking heads, and they're having a good time.
I didn't understand why he was killing people.
They were just kind of short exposition. It had no real meaning for the story. They wanted you to understand who he was with his position
team.
and power.
Okay.
So that's why he was arresting people, beating
Just
them
for
up.
Fun?
No. There was a reason behind
something.
it.
Okay.
They just didn't give it to us.
Oh, okay.
It was really just to show us how when he's arresting you, he's
not
not
a game.
like, hey, you have a right to remain silent.
That is so funny.
Yeah,
You're right, silent. Let me get my papers out.
He's not really rights, okay? You just get in the stick.
Done.
Okay, straight up. So
wow.
they were just trying to show you
okay.
where his mind's at.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all that was. Had nothing to do with anything important. All right, so he's cracking heads, he's in the joust and all that. Now we get to the baby scene. Crazy.
Yeah.
So it comes down to the baby's breech, and the mom is screaming like, "Yeah!" She's screaming because the baby's breech.
Yeah.
This is crazy because Javon was breech. So the baby's breech, and so you're thinking, well, they can fix this, right? They're trying to turn the baby. They can't get the baby to turn. So they went to the king. Was like, yo, yeah. So either we save
there's this new method.
Yeah. No, either we save the wife or we save the baby, but we ain't gonna be able to save them both.
Right.
What you want to do? You want an heir or you want your wife? Because if I have to pick the baby out, either way, probably the wife can die anyway.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, okay, before he even makes his decision, I would have been like, choose the wife. Can you just try again? I know it's your baby.
It wouldn't matter anyway because the way they did it, she'd have died.
Oh, that too.
Anyway.
That too. Because they just sliced.
They slid her down the middle instead of cutting across.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. So I'm watching this, and there's the guy says, there've been some advancements. There's been some medical advancements. So there's ways to get the baby out without being, vaginal birth. So, well, of course, he's talking about a C-section.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I didn't see that it was just down the middle.
So he
Watch it
goes
again.
up, and he's the king. The king's a good guy. The king's man. It's not like he just, because if you see the Red Wedding, you know what I'm saying. This king's a good guy. King's like, look, you could tell this decision ripped his heart out. Okay, he did not want to do this, so he said, yeah, try to save the baby. So this was crazy though. The wife was calm for a minute. He goes over to the wife, and he was like, "Hey, girl. hey,
How are you?
how you doing?"
That's so messed
The
up.
wife didn't have no
She
choice
had
in the
no-
decision.
yeah.
She wasn't like, I was thinking they were going to go to her and ask her, and then she would have just said, well, save my baby, don't worry about me. Nah, they didn't even tell her.
Yeah.
It was straight up, hey.
So we're just
Look,
gonna.
like a baby.
It's okay.
It's okay.
She was so
It's okay.
scared.
She was like, okay. At first she was like, hey, okay?
yeah.
Hey, honey. And then the midwives grabbed her hands.
She's like, what's going
And
on?
then they strapped her hands in. She's
What's
like,
going
wait,
on?
what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then the guy just cut her down the middle. He didn't cut her across.
I
He
thought.
cut her down.
Oh, maybe I didn't.
Middle.
Oh, right. I didn't. I wasn't looking. I remember now. I closed my eyes.
He wasn't looking.
I remember now. I remember. I closed my eyes.
Oh my God. He cut her down the middle, eh? And I'm watching this like, yo, that's not the way this is done. So he cut her
I
down the
know
middle,
the way this is done.
cut her down the middle, ripped her open, pulled the baby out, and she just died.
Yeah,
She
because
bled
you didn't
out.
even like try.
Bled out. She just bled out there in the bed. And then it was crazy from that point because he picks up the baby and you hear the baby go.
Yeah, like he like choked on the blood,
I don't
maybe,
know.
or
Baby died. So next scene you see, of course, which was a really good way they did this. They show the scene of the mom on top of the rack, because it's about to burn her, and then the camera pans down, and then you see the little baby wrap.
yeah.
Oh man, the baby didn't make it. I didn't.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So that was good, man. That was, that was good story.
No, it was good. I enjoyed that stuff. I did enjoy it.
Pulled you
It pulled me in. I
So
did
I'm
enjoy
saying,
it. I
you
did
understand
enjoy
what's
it.
going on. It
Yes.
pulled you in, like.
And then I really liked the scene after, where at the table with all the men that were like, this guy. And he's like, I just lost my wife and my child.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking too. Because it was like, yo, this dude just lost his wife.
It was like 2 seconds
And now
ago.
we're talking about who's gonna be the
Yeah.
heir. Who's gonna be the heir?
Like, give me a
yo,
second.
Let me catch my breath.
We just walked from the garden to here.
Literally a dragon just burnt my wife.
Dragon. Like, let me breathe.
Literally just burned the wife.
Yeah,
Now,
so.
before we get to that point though, but there was a moment I want you to understand Matt Smith, the complexity of the uncle. So the daughter has to give the command to the dragon, right? To burn her mom and the little brother.
Yeah.
So here's the complexity in that moment. You have to kind of look for it. This is what I'm talking about: good writing and good acting. So she's standing there and she knows she has to do this, but it's her mom. She's frozen.
Yeah.
And Matt Smith comes over, and he could, they could have wrote this way. He's like, hey, you got to do it. But no, they wrote it where it was so tender where he touched on her shoulder and he says, they're waiting for you, right? It was just so calm and tender to show like, look, I'm out here cracking heads, but I'm a person.
Right.
You're my family. Because I hate when they make people just, I'm just evil.
The worst
I'm
person.
just
Yeah.
evil to be evil. I mean, because obviously Matt Smith's going to be the
evil guy.
well, not necessarily evil, but
Antagonist.
he's going to be the antagonist.
Yeah.
In this, obviously. But anyway, but he's a person, right, with feelings like anybody else. And we'll talk more about that as well. So anyway, he doesn't burn. Now we get to the court, and they're like, well, my brother could be heir. And they're like, hell
They were like, no.
to the no.
And he was listening.
Yeah, he was listening. They were like, your brother is crazy.
Crazy. Like, we cannot have him we cannot have him
There's like,
have this much
there's
power.
like, he had this job, this job,
Yeah.
and this job.
Yeah.
And every job he had, he tearing people up. No, he can't be king. Yeah, they're listening. He said, I just lost my wife.
And my
my brother. And he lost it.
Yeah.
So that was good, too. That was a good scene. And then, of course, you rolled into the next scene where they come and say, this is some old hateration. Matt Smith's out there with his friends, having a party because he's like, I'm going to be the heir. I mean, it ain't going to be nobody else but me. But my thing is, how do we even know Matt Smith's going to be the heir? Because you're out there fighting all the time. You can be killed.
Yeah.
It's not like you're young.
Right.
There's no great odds that you will be heir. You're not much younger than your brother.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't understand this. His brother's the heir nonsense. Y'all should be looking for somebody young.
Young, right? Yeah.
So they're trying to make him the heir. He's like, whatever. He goes on partying, drinking. And then the dude come back and be like, yo, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it regular. He's like, yo, check this out. Your brother out there talking about you.
What?
Your brother out there talking about you, your dead son, and your dead wife.
Okay.
Remember what he said? Your brother made a step by saying that your son was king for a day, heir for a day. So you ain't paying attention, Lay.
I missed that.
There's drama. He says he's heir for a day. So that was the hand of the king. That was the hand. He says it to him, and then old boy was like, wait, what?
Okay.
See, I'm translating for you.
For real?
I'm going to make a street for you.
Like, come on.
He's like, wait, what? He said, I'm telling you what happened. I didn't make this up. I got multiple people telling me this. You know what I'm saying? He said, all right, do what you do. Okay, cool. So he's like, I don't believe it. So now he summons his brother. He in the throne. Now, between the time the guy told him, you know how something happens to you in your life, and you a little mad. But by the time that point starts to the point you saw the person, your anger
It's built up. It's built up. It's like, nah, because I got to think about it. I got to process it.
Your whole anger has now become rage.
Yeah.
He walks in. He's like, how dare you? Yo, at first it was, nah.
Nah, he didn't say that. No, there's no way. There's no way. So, how dare you?
Because he come in and say, hey, brother, you will address me as your Lord.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. It's like, okay, dude.
He was hot. He was hot.
Ooh, okay.
Shows up, walks in. He's like, did you say it? He said.
Okay, yeah, so I missed all this.
Smith was like, say what? What are you talking about? Bro, you know what you said.
Yeah.
Ain't too many things you said. That he said, did you say my son was an heir for a day? Something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, I was drunk. We were talking. We were having fun, blah, blah, blah. He says, you're not going to be the heir. But see, Matt Smith was mad at him, too, because he was like, I'm your brother, and you've never made me the hand of the king. The hand of the king is number 2. Okay? I'm your brother. I'm not the hand. What kind of nonsense is that? You got me out here in the bush, knocking people down, fighting wars, and I'm not the hand. I should be the hand. You never show me respect.
Right.
Anyway, so this is how we get to the point now where he's made his daughter the heir. His daughter's now the heir. He tells her she's going to be the heir to the throne. They announce it. They do the whole thing. Now, in this scene here's the Easter egg that you don't know about in this
Yeah,
scene.
because something happened at the end. I was like, oh my gosh, this is something.
There's 2 things that happen.
Okay.
There's 2, but this is one, and I'm going to tell you the big one.
Okay.
So in this scene where all the people are pledging to the daughter, and they're saying where they're from, it's all of the other 6 regions.
Okay.
And one of them name is Stark. I know you've heard the name Stark.
Like Tony Stark, but
Jesus Christ.
that's it. That's the only Stark I know.
The whole Stark family is the whole purpose of Game of Thrones. Like the entire family is whatever. All right, so he said so-and-so Stark from the north, so-and-so from Westeros, from this place, from that place. So that was a little Easter egg for people who've seen Game of Thrones. Oh, these are all the regions that are under the one king, but in Game of Thrones, they're all broken up. There is no one king.
Right.
All right, so they do that. That's the one thing. And then the daughter is like, wow, it's crazy. When he takes his daughter to the dragon chamber, this is the big one.
Okay.
He's talking to her. He says, listen, there's something that has been passed down to every king of this throne, which is always the Targaryens. That's the fire thing. And the reason why the Targaryens have ruled so long because they can produce dragons. How do you challenge that?
Right.
There's no challenging that. So that's why they've been kicked, forever. Anyway, so he says, what every Targaryen knows, what I'm about to tell you, is you need to understand this. He says, someday winter will come and there will be ice walkers. And when that day comes, only someone of this bloodline will be able to stop them. And he takes out this dagger.
Uh-huh.
Now, in Game of Thrones, Ned Stark's daughter kills the Ice King with the very same dagger.
Oh, so everyone's like, oh, dagger! Oh my God!
That's the dagger!
That's the dagger!
Everybody was nerding out.
And I'm just like, ooh, a knife. But no, now that I'm thinking about it, I fell asleep towards the end. Now that I think about it, wasn't like an hour or something like that. It was just
an hour, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I fell asleep towards the end.
It was a full.
It was
a full show,
it was
man.
long. It was too long. It was good though. I enjoyed it.
I watched it on a plane flying back.
I watched it in the bed, so I fell asleep. But it was. I still enjoyed it though. So winter is coming.
Winter's coming.
Thing. I don't know. But let's get into the highlights. I did enjoy it. I agree with the critics in the audience. 83, 85. It's a good start.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good show. I loved it. I love the show.
I'm wondering what's gonna happen tonight. So what are your thoughts? Because I have no predictions. I don't know how the show goes.
My thoughts about tonight. I think the brother is going to be somehow. Well, not even the brother, because the cousin is still mad.
Yeah,
she's still mad that
he's
it
still
ain't her
mad.
with the black.
Yeah,
husband. She's still mad it ain't her. So,
wait, who? Oh, the other girl, the cousin. Okay,
the cousin, the older lady.
Yeah,
yeah. She's married to the black guy with the white hair.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. She's still mad. It wasn't her.
Right.
And she got passed over again. She even get considered this time again. Matt Smith's gonna be mad because like, yo, what's up?
Maybe cousin and uncle will team up or something.
I don't know. I can't predict what's gonna happen tonight because this first episode was kind of self-contained.
Mm-hmm.
But I know they will be plotting to either kill this girl or taking over the throne.
Yeah,
some kind of civil war plotting is going to be happening. So
yeah,
I'm interested in seeing what that's going to be.
So is she connected to anybody from the original show?
The whole family is.
So you kind of already know the ending then?
No. It's too far ahead.
Oh, right.
From this family,
right. True.
Because it's could be.
So it could be the uncle that he could get it because he's part of the family.
It could be anybody from this. Like now, eventually, the last Targaryen, who's called the Mad King, gets killed. That's the last Targaryen that was on the throne until Daenerys came back, which is like years later, which is her father. They were calling him Mad King because he was crazy and they killed him.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, yeah, we don't know which one of these people's lineage leads to that, right? So we'll figure that out here
as we go. Okay, that's interesting how they did that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so tonight's episode, I'll still watch it. It comes out so late though. They act like people don't have work the next day.
9 o'clock. You don't have to watch it tonight. You watch HBO Max.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying. But like, you want to be a part of the lore, whatever. I don't even know. Whatever. I'll watch it later.
No, I tell you what. You don't watch it tonight. Don't watch the internet tomorrow.
Why?
Not that you care, but it'd be spoilers all over the place.
Oh, well, it's not Marvel. And then Marvel. We're not even getting to Marvel. I just can't. I'm really sad. Oh, actually, we will get into Marvel. She-Hulk. Marvel doesn't have that same energy as whatever you're saying as Game of Thrones. Like, oh, I gotta watch it tonight so I can avoid spoilers. That used to be a thing with Marvel where it's like, oh, Infinity War, I remember Infinity War, and there was this guy that saw it on Thursday, and I was seeing it on Friday, and I was like, I will fight you. You think I'm joking? I've been watching it since I was 8, and you want to spoil it to me right now? I will physically fight you. And he's like, oh.
Punch you in the head.
He's like, okay. And I was like, go, walk away from me.
Don't talk to me about nothing.
Like, I don't want to hear, yeah.
I don't even want to hear that you got tickets. That's a spoiler.
That's like my whole,
Just telling me you got tickets is
my
a spoiler.
whole life.
Just telling me you go at 4 o'clock is a spoiler.
Spoiler.
4 o'clock showing?
I didn't even know that.
You spoil it.
So yeah, with like the new shows, it's like they're good. If you miss it, you can watch the next day. Blah
Yeah,
blah.
they're not really hitting the mark, to be honest with you. I haven't, they haven't really been one that was like, I was fully satisfied with the entire show. There's been some where I like this episode, I like that
Yeah.
episode. But to say like every episode from the beginning to end, I can't.
All of the finales have been
weak.
weak. Every
Now,
single finale.
The Falcon and Winter Soldier was going to be great, but what happened to it was COVID, and
Yeah.
they had to rewrite it. They had to rewrite some things
Because
of
it was
COVID.
based around a
it was
virus.
so close.
Yeah, they're like,
They were like, oh, we can't, so they rewrote it and all kind of stuff. So they messed it up because it looked like it was going to be strong, but they rewrote it. So I think that's what messed it up. Everything else, even WandaVision was good.
it was good. The finale wasn't great.
Yeah,
though.
so I haven't been extremely satisfied with the Marvel shows. Now this show, jumping on the She-Hulk.
Yeah, it's jumping on the She-Hulk. I really liked it. I really liked She-Hulk.
The first episode was great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched it way too many times. I watched it on repeat because I just love the Hulk. Their dynamic already with the Hulk and She-Hulk. Her learning it quick. You got your superpowers done.
Yes. They didn't do the whole long trying to figure it out, right? So she knew how to do stuff already.
They
and I'm
learned.
glad they got that out the way.
Please, like,
Because
thank
we don't have
you.
enough episodes for all that. Like with Miss Marvel.
With this Marvel, she was like 4 months ago. I got these powers here. Here's how I got it. I
Yeah.
mastered it. Done. Here's my story. Thank you.
Boom, done.
Like I don't care. Like we see this so many times. It's like we understand how it goes.
Yeah, you got to go through your training. Blah blah blah.
But yeah, I enjoyed that first episode because he was funny. The Mark Ruffalo, he's
Ruffalo.
funny. Like
Yeah.
he was really good.
The whole thing was good. The whole thing
Yeah.
was good. The first episode was good. The second episode, I did not enjoy as much.
Me neither. Yeah.
And I'll tell you why you didn't enjoy it. I can even tell you why you didn't enjoy it as much.
Why?
Because how it ended. It left you without. Here's
Here's
the problem with what Marvel is doing, and this is why they keep making the same mistake. And even with Disney, in period, even with Star Wars, they keep shooting an entire movie
Mm-hmm.
and then finding places to chop it.
Right.
And that's not how you make a TV show.
Yeah.
When you watch any TV show, there's a problem happening in that show that gets resolved in that show.
Right. Yeah.
The B story may continue all the way.
Yeah.
Or A story, whatever.
A story, yeah.
Whichever it is.
Yeah.
There may be a main story that's continuing all the way, but there's always a story that gets wrapped in that show.
Right. Yeah.
Right? The problem here is they wrapped the show but didn't resolve anything.
Yeah.
Or you didn't learn something new, or it didn't further the rest of the show. In this second episode, we learn that she gets fired.
And then rehired.
She gets rehired. She has to represent Abomination.
She has to represent just superheroes in general. That's
Yeah,
her
it's general.
That's her
Right.
section.
Her first case is what's his name?
The Abomination.
Emil, whatever. Abomination is on the screen. Everything highlights.
Oh yeah.
But so we learn it.
There we go. Yeah.
Right. And then they take 2 minutes for her to ask
Hulk.
Bruce
Yeah.
if it's okay. And they do it so fast, it was no satisfying for it.
Yeah. It was understandable because his scene was actually pretty good because when he was explaining, like, I thought I was the good guy. And when you do see it from his perspective,
Yeah.
you're like, there's this green giant thing attacking America.
Yo, that part was great.
Yeah, I thought that was
That
really
part was
good.
really good because when you look at it, you're right. When you look at it that perspective,
I thought I was a hero.
he is the hero.
I thought I was gonna be Captain
That fool said,
America.
I thought I was going to be Captain America, right?
And then
And no, that was
they
good.
juiced him up, and then he was like, I became this abomination.
No, I
Yeah.
agree with everything he
So
said.
that was good.
And that's why she was like, wait, the government gave you
Yeah.
this? She already put the case. She's already got the basis for the case.
Mm-hmm.
You gave somebody something that caused emotional distress.
Right.
He was not acting on his own. You gave him a super soldier serum and the man became crazy. How are you going to put him in jail for all these years?
Right.
So that was good. That was actually good because you learned something there about him.
Yeah.
What else was good too was I like when she was talking, and a lot of people didn't catch this, but I caught it right away. When she was talking to Bruce and trying to say, hey, I'm going to help this guy. And Bruce says, that was a long time ago. I was a different man then, literally.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people didn't catch that.
Ed Norton.
Ed Norton was
Yeah,
the original
yeah,
guy.
literally. I was different.
Literally, I was a different person.
Yeah, that was good. That
A
was
lot of
good.
people didn't catch that because I haven't heard anybody talking about this
I
in
know.
their shows, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of people missed that because it was Ed Norton, right? So literally, I was a different person. So that was actually pretty cool.
That was good.
There was nice little...
But yeah, that was fast. Yeah.
There was nice little jabs in it. But when it ended, when it says Abomination escaped and he's doing these underground
right.
Wrestling thing, and it just ends there. I'm like,
okay.
that wasn't a good place to end that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It needed to go a couple more minutes to talk about what's going on. She maybe she goes back to the jail and sees him there talking, and then something happens and it ends.
Something is resolved,
ending, and then trying to throw up the credits. That ain't fun and cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all think that's it, but to me, that's why they're messing up so much. They've shot a movie and they're figuring out, okay, here's a good place to cut it. That's not how you make a TV show.
And yeah, just because it's a cliffhanger-y, like that's not a cliffhanger. That's just
like
you're just cutting it off. Like you're confusing us.
In the middle of a sentence.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Ended the sentence, but now
I want to know more.
Oh, shit, I want to read the rest of the book.
Yeah.
Great. But you just tore out the page and be like, wait, where's
the rest of the chapter?
Where's page 6?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's why this one wasn't that good, because the first one
it was a full story.
Beginning and an end.
Done.
It had a story.
You could put that at a standalone and give that to somebody to watch and be like, whoa, this is cool.
But these other, so I'm hoping Wednesday when they do the next one.
Thursday, yeah.
Is it Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh, Thursday. I hope Thursday when they do the next one that we're not having this same problem. Please, Mark. Yeah. Please.
I wanted to talk about some Easter eggs that. Oh, well, before I talk about the Easter eggs, I want to talk about the Shang-Chi thing. A lot of people were confused about the Shang-Chi ending.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, this happened. Is this happening at the same time? This is during. And it's like, no, first of all, y'all don't pay attention. This was leaked. This is leaked footage that happened before.
Right.
So Shang-Chi, obviously, guys, people are like, what? No, there are plot holes. I'm like, Shang-Chi happened before this.
Right.
Because you saw Hulk. I mean, you saw what's his face? Bruce Banner in his sling, so he's himself.
Right.
And then this show happens. But people are like, it's plot holes. He's a sling, but then this happens. And I'm like, guys, it's leaked footage.
It's recorded.
It's recorded.
It's footage.
I'll fight people on TikTok.
You're gonna find out tonight when he's going in and out, and for some, you're gonna probably have what's his name, Wong, come in to explain why he's bringing him out. Obviously, Wong has to come in.
Yeah, because Wong, why did you get this guy out of jail?
Why you have this guy out of jail to fight? What's this about?
Like that doesn't seem right.
Wong will probably be in Thursday's episode to explain
what's going on. And then to the Easter eggs now, there was 2 great Easter eggs. I'll talk about the first one was it was like in a newspaper. They talked about the Eternals finally, but it was like a sentence. And it was like, why is there a giant frozen man in the middle of the ocean? Yeah. So that was a good one. And then the second one was man with metal knives for hands it was in a bar fight. And I was like,
which one was that one?
It was in the newspaper that She-Hulk was reading. A man with metal knives for hands, or metal knives coming out of his hand in a bar fight. It was very quick. Somebody found it. Somebody screenshot it. They're like, we found it.
Wolverine.
That's Wolverine, Dad. It finally confirmed for Wolverine. I don't know. It's a tiny Easter egg. Tiny.
They're the nerds in the internet.
So yes, metal knives.
Investigative nerds on the internet.
Yeah. So Wolverine is somewhere out there right now, but it's
a good one.
So it's like, yeah, because we got like some kind of confirmation from Miss Marvel about mutants. So
mutants are confirmed now.
Mutants are confirmed, but now we're like, okay, he already has his metal stuff. Isn't he an adult? Or like, what's going on? Because in the comics, is it like when he's younger, it's the bones, right?
Yeah, but
that's what I know from the movie.
There is no way they're gonna start him now. He's had to been a mutant from before.
But
don't forget, Wolverine's like 100 years old.
They'll have to if they ever do a movie of him, it have to be like 100 years ago or something. Like it's gonna be very confusing to go with our timeline.
How they're gonna do it, but Kevin Feige will figure it out.
Yeah. Because I'm just,
hurt your head
but like 100 years ago was 1920, so it's not even that far back. You know what I mean?
I mean, they can still take it back. Who say he has to be 100 years exactly? He could be 120 years old.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's old.
Yeah, that little Easter egg, guys, just to let y'all know.
I'm glad you told me that. I didn't know that Easter egg was there.
Right? Oh, let's look at the Rotten Tomatoes. This is about right. 88 for critics and 77 for audience. I really like the show, so I'm around like an 8. I'm at an 8.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8.
I'll give it an 8 because it was a strong first episode, stronger than Miss Marvel's first episode. Because I did like I did like her first episode, but I liked it because I was like, oh, it's fine. But like looking back,
That show is shit.
it's not great. I try to like defend it.
I'm looking at these other shows on the internet, and they're still talking about how great Miss Marvel was. I'm like, yo, what are y'all
like
talking
how?
about?
Like I don't see it.
This show is trash.
Like usually I could be like, oh well, because of this, but it's just like there's nothing to grasp from it.
I just don't like that show. I don't.
It makes me
understand why
mad.
people- I mean, the family dynamic was great, but that's not what this show is supposed to be about.
The Marvel
Just-
stuff was
just
not
make
good.
me a Disney show.
Yeah, sorry. Let's not.
Digress.
I digress.
Digress.
But yeah, this was I give it an 8 out of 5, out of 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree for now. 8 out of 10, and we'll see how it goes.
I just love this character. I really do.
The graphics still aren't where I
Great.
would like them.
Yeah, and I was like, why are we having her as She-Hulk a lot if y'all can't get it right? Like,
Yeah,
just
you
give her,
can't.
put her back
Because
together.
Mark Ruffalo's graphics are great. 'Cause
Yeah.
they
They got it down.
They've been done that. So I
Yeah.
don't think it costs them anything to render it anymore, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's already rendered.
Yeah, right.
But I think hers, it's like, yo, it's going to cost us X to get it to where his is. We're not going to spend that, right?
Yeah, because his is on point.
Because his is solid.
Yeah.
I
it's
mean,
good.
hers is still too smooth.
Too smooth, too green.
Yeah. The green's not
Because
right
his
on
is like
it.
a green gray. Like, it's like a mixture, so it's a little bit better. But
it's
hers
not that
is
great. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And then she's too skinny. You see it now, right, Dad?
What?
Please.
She's like 6'9".
Dad. But Dad, you
6'8",
see the Hulk.
6'7",
You
something like
see the Hulk. He is obviously a person that could not exist in our
Yeah.
universe. This woman, look at this one. Look at it. Come on, Dad.
Maybe that's why she's
right there.
Maybe that's why she's not as raged as him.
Probably.
Don't forget, he
Yeah.
got the full blast of the gamma radiation.
Yeah, she just got
She
like
just
blood.
got a second taste of his blood. So that's why her rage factor is probably not what his is. If she went into the full, gamma radiation like he did, maybe she would
be bigger.
be bigger and
Okay,
crazy.
I'll take that. I'll take
That's
it.
that's the best.
Because
excuse
I'm
I
like, her arms, I'm like, okay, look, whatever.
yeah, what I like about it too is she can get bigger and her clothes doesn't have to tear in half. Because you can't wear what Bruce wears.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
His clothes are coming off.
yeah,
Period.
yeah. So
Spandex.
Because
Your
his best friend is spandex. I love that whole episode. He was so good in that episode.
He was good.
Just good writing in that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so now moving on to Only Murders in the Building, guys.
Yeah,
We
did you watch the
finally,
finale?
yes, we got the finale going.
Yeah, it was good.
This was a good show. I still enjoy the show, and the last episode was crazy because it was like a killer party. Is it actually like a killer party, like a good party, or we're revealing the killer party kind of party?
I don't think you're online anymore.
What?
Oh, you are. You are.
Technical difficulties.
No, you're
online,
You're
guys.
online.
We're online.
My bad.
So-
I lost it on my phone.
Oh,
Okay.
so yes, in this episode, we finally figure out who the killer is, and they come to, I think it's, I don't know, Steve Martin's apartment. I don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't know the characters' names, but Steve
Yeah,
Martin.
I don't know the characters.
Yeah.
Names either. This show is good. Let me tell you how I like this show. I like this show. I'm not invested like 100% when I'm watching it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm doing something else, but I'm watching the show.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not watching every part of it because it's not that type of show. It's a funny show.
right.
But I did like this last episode.
Yeah,
I
it was
did like
fun.
When they were doing the killer party.
yeah.
And they were like, is this a
That's what I
party
said,
for
yeah.
killers? Or is this a party that's going to be a killer?
Killer party. Which kind of party is it? Yeah.
He
No.
says it's a killer reveal party and it's going to be killer.
No, yeah, that's what I liked about it. And then they had Tina Fey come in
Yeah.
and they were like, "It's you," and she's like, "What does it mean?" And they did this whole spectacle. That was pretty much the entire show, right?
Yeah.
Or they first meet the Betty girl, blah blah blah. So who did you think it was?
I actually thought it was, before this episode, I thought it was the new theater guy because he had sneezed with allergies from the cat. And they said, hey, this person had allergies.
The theater guy,
The black guy who was a theater
the
guy.
son.
No, not the son. The other black guy. Well, the son was not black. No, not that black guy. The other black guy. He's a theater guy.
Okay, yeah.
So I thought it was him because he sneezed from the allergies from the guy's sweater when he was dating.
Oh, right.
So they were like, this guy, the person sneezed. I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's him. But then I said to myself, wait a minute, it can't be him. Because we've had to have met this person.
Right.
And this guy's new, right?
Right.
There's no way, there was no payoff from this guy we just met this one episode.
Yeah.
It has to be somebody we've met. So I dismissed him. So then I was like, okay. It's going to be the cop because of the glitter, right?
Right.
I was like, okay, the cop's going to be the killer. Then it came down to, was like, oh, no, it's going to be Tina Fey, mastermind. So they had me bouncing around.
I went from starting first episode, I thought it was going to be Martin Short's son. I thought it was going to be the son. And then episode 2, I was like, okay, no, it's not. And then I stuck with the artist. I stuck with the girlfriend, Mabel's girlfriend, Selena Gomez's girlfriend.
Yes.
I stuck with her the entire season. I was like, it's her. You're trash.
She's new. Yes.
Yes. I was like, it's her.
Yeah.
But then I was like, is it Tina Fey? But I was like, nah, they wouldn't do that. That's a misdirection. I was so invested in the show. I was like, it's a misdirection. It's not her. It's the artist, and I'm sticking with it.
And then when she stabbed Steve Martin,
you was like, I remember. Dad, the way that I was screaming at the TV, being like, because they were investigating Tina, and I was like, no, it's not. And then she stabbed him, and I was like, I knew it. I was like, it's you.
Now,
and
here's how I knew it wasn't her after she stabbed Steve Martin.
Why?
So when she stabbed Steve Martin, I was like, oh snap, it was her all along.
Yeah.
The next scene when I saw Steve Martin being covered, I was like, well, it's not her. Because Steve Martin's not off the show. Right? When he was dead.
I know he was dead. I was like,
well, Steve Martin's not off the show.
I know.
So this is a ruse to get the real killer.
I didn't know what to think. Okay, let's talk about that part. Because I was like, there's no way he's off the show. Like, the show is too hot for you to be off the show. But I was like, maybe he is dead. Nope. Maybe he was done.
Nope.
Maybe Steve Martin is just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Nope. It's only 2 seasons.
And then I was like, y'all really just took this guy off the show?
Now, if he was stabbed and hurt and the ambulance had picked him up and took him away, you would have had me because I'd have been like, because there's no he's off the show. But oh my God, it's the girl, right?
Yeah.
When I saw it, I was telling Mom, we was watching it. I was like, Mom said, he's dead. And I said, no, he's just got stabbed in the stomach. Because TV.
Right.
In TV, you get stabbed in the stomach. You're like,
he's poked my appendix.
I mean, look, James Bond, we saw that. This fool got lit up.
Come on! I don't like that movie. I didn't like that movie. He got shot so many times. He got shot. He just. And I remember that scene being like, did he get shot or what happened?
No. He got shot so many times. So for me, it's like, we using TV logic, right?
Right.
So with TV logic, he didn't get stabbed in the stomach and live. Mom was like, he's off the show. I was like, no, he just got stabbed in the stomach. The next scene, he's dead. I'm like, okay, this is a ruse. Because there's no way Steve Martin's off the show. It's only been 2 seasons.
Hey, maybe they're doing that. I don't know.
I didn't believe it.
And then it ended up being Betty. And they did good on that because I thought.
I was not expecting her to be.
Right, because I was like, okay, the cop is with Tina Fey and stuff.
They were looking.
But then the way I kind of did think about it was, once they revealed it was her, I was like, oh, she killed her because she just really she really wanted to get another story so she can get her own podcast. I was like, wow, she's crazy.
Which is a crazy reason.
Yeah, she's crazy. But she was crazy from the jump, faking her own death.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this show was good though. It was a good.
No, the ending was good.
And then they did like a couple months later, and they had Paul Rudd come in.
Yeah, that was cool.
Good. That was good.
Like a year later.
Oh, a year later.
1 year later, Paul Rudd comes in, and then him and Steve Martin got some tension going on.
Yeah, they're on it's Broadway.
They're on Broadway. Martin Short, the director, got a gig and some tension going on, and then he dies before he gets the word out.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's like poisoning or something, but we got to figure it out. And Selena Gomez is like, really?
Are you kidding me?
Another one? Yes.
Mom and I was talking about this. I'm glad it happened in the theater because it was like, if this happened in the building, like, yo, you got to move out.
Come on, like.
You can't have 3 murders
Gotta
in the same
move
building.
out.
You gotta move out.
So this was.
The cops gonna be like, yo, we gotta clear.
We gotta just quarantine it. Just take the whole thing out.
Building down.
Take the building down. It's cursed.
Telling fools up in this building.
Yeah.
Who's gonna move in there?
Exactly. So this was cool. Just another story. I'm ready. I don't care if that every season someone dies. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So every person dies, and people be like, "Wait, what's going on? It's getting repetitive." I don't care. I want a murder mystery every year. I want a murder
Let
mystery.
me ask this question though: do you think they're gonna do, since it's a year later, right? So do you think they're going to do? You're going to start from the murder on, but or are they going to start like 6 months prior and work up to the murder? No, they're probably going to start from the murder on.
From the murder on, didn't they do that for season 2?
Yeah. But they have to have flashbacks though, because
Oh,
what's
right.
with Paul Rudd and Steve Martin?
Right. They have to do
don't know-
flashbacks because
Right.
with season 2, it was right after. It was like immediately
Right.
another murder.
Right. But here you have to do some
A
kind of
year later.
flashbacks because we have to understand the dynamic there between Steve Martin and Paul Rudd and why someone want to kill Paul Rudd.
Ooh, I hope they don't do this. I hope they don't do this thing where they start season 3, they go back like a year or go back 6 months. And that's
Yeah.
the entire season.
Yeah.
And the murder at the end of the season. And then season 4 is
No. They're
solving the murder.
No, they're not going to do that. They're going to wrap it in season 3.
Hey,
but,
I don't
but,
know.
But we have to, they can't just start at the murder and then be.
Yeah,
We
have to have
understand
context.
the people around him. Otherwise, you're not giving us a way to solve the mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have to show us who he dealt with, who he messed with, why Steve Martin hates him.
Ooh, is Paul Rudd gonna be in the season?
He's gotta be.
Ooh,
He's gotta be
that's
in
so
it.
cool.
You don't bring in Paul Rudd just to get killed.
That's true.
You know what I'm
too.
saying?
That's
For
true.
you could do that with anybody.
Yeah.
So I think you're bringing Paul Rudd. I think you're gonna have a bunch of flashbacks next year.
Oh, cool.
Or
yeah.
at least start, something going back and forth like that. So,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, cool. Well, I give the show like I don't know, like an 8. I think I stayed at an 8.
Yeah, about 8.
I was like an 8. Let's see what is happening next. I think we're on to movie news now. Oh, 98 and 90. It's gone down
2 points.
with the audience, but like it started out high at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, there was draggy some points.
Yeah. I don't think we have any theories or questions this week or any shout outs. So we're just going to go to DNA news. DNA news. And I don't know anything about this. What's happening with The Flash?
So Ezra Miller, they was about to cancel The Flash.
They're going to cancel it
Well,
after.
y'all, we done.
Oh, wow. Because he's going crazy?
Yeah. But Ezra Miller met with the people at Warner Brothers, and he put out a public apology to everyone. He said he's going to be seeking mental health treatment now. So,
And he's going to go to jail?
well, that stuff is still pending.
Okay.
There hasn't been any charges,
Yeah.
right? But he's going to have go to mental health. He knows he's been doing wrong, and blah 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 blah. So, I guess they're going to try to look at your face.
He needs to go to jail.
I guess they're going to try to put something out. So we shall see. We shall see. We shall see.
No, like hopefully the mental health thing works out. But
Yeah, we will see.
right.
I just want to see the movie.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say you were like good because so we can see the movie now with a good conscience. Like
The testing-
he got help. He got
You can
help.
guys. I can watch it now. The testing for the movie is higher. They say it hasn't been this high since Nolan's movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like Batman movie, you mean?
Nolan's Batman movie.
Oh wow.
So yeah, kind of want to see that.
It better with the hype. It better be. It really better be.
Good.
It better not be like, oh, it's the best thing ever, and then it's like trash, and then it's like Morbius.
I don't want to talk about that. Anyway,
Next thing. Next news.
next story. Oh, postponed, man.
I don't even care anymore. P.S. I'm done with DC at this point.
Yeah, both these movies been pushed back. Shazam is pushed back to sometime in the summer, and I think Aquaman is pushed back to this December
Whatever.
of 2023, and then Black Adam was pushed back to March.
Y'all it's at this point like yes, Marvel is going downhill a little bit, but at least Marvel is putting out content.
Consistent.
Like DC, come on.
Yeah, it's trash.
It better be good if you're gonna push things back. And the thing is too about this is that they're pushing things back. We're having these movies come out, but they're not even a universe, so it doesn't even matter. Like because this new
Well, I
person's
think-
coming in, right?
But I think they're trying to salvage it somehow.
Just throw it away.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
Do a Fox where they had their last movie in 2019, and now we'll see whatever Marvel will do with it. Just scrap it. Like, great, we got all these movies from it, and then just restart. Give it to not Joss. Zack Snyder. Give it to Zack Snyder.
I think that ship has sailed.
No, I don't want it to sail because it was so good.
That ship has sailed.
Okay. Next movie news is, are we going to go to this?
Yeah, that just came out this Friday, I think.
We missed it.
Is it this Friday, I think?
Yeah, August 26th.
Yeah, this came out.
Oh, okay.
In IMAX. So it may still be there for the weekend, but they put Rogue One out because this Wednesday is Andor.
I really liked Rogue One. I think that was my favorite of
Rogue
the
One
newer
was probably
stuff.
one of the best Star Wars movies that came out in the new Disney umbrella.
For sure.
Rogue One. It was really good.
Yeah.
Even though the movie was re-edited, because this is not the original movie that was made, it was supposed to be dark.
I wish it was dark.
There was supposed to be a scene in there where Vader came to the planet and he ripped through everybody.
Oh, yeah, you told me that, and they just took it out because I don't understand why they would do that.
Dark. It's too dark. Too dark.
I don't care. Okay? Like, when I hear, TV 14, PG 13, right? These kids are 3 to 4 years away from 17. So why are you making it, for 8-year-olds?
Yeah.
Make it the 13, 14 age. Like, you can please.
Yeah, it's Anyway, so Andor this Wednesday though, so we have a new show to watch.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good.
It looked good. I think it's like 9 episodes.
Oh, good. Okay, and then I definitely want to see Rogue One again. I did like Rogue One.
So maybe tomorrow. Well, the weekend's over, so who knows? I don't know if it's still there or not. Anyway,
we'll see. And then this is all you. I know I need to watch. It's too late.
You didn't watch season 3?
It's too late. I just don't.
Well, they greenlit season 4 for Umbrella Academy, and it is the final season.
Oh wow. Okay, fine. I'll watch it.
So they're gonna wrap it up next season.
Well, good.
All in a bow. So.
Okay, good.
Season 3 was good.
I'd rather the show not just get canceled.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm kind of worried about with Stranger Things. I'm like, is Stranger Things? Oh no, it's the final season.
I think next season is the final season.
Yeah, because I'm like, I know we love the show and it's getting a lot of ratings, but you need to have a good show. So end it.
Since Stranger Things wraps next year. That's the last one.
Okay.
Last one, yeah.
Cool. Well, this has another season going. That's good to know.
Yep.
So we have a lot of upcoming movies. What's with this Jaws thing?
So they're putting Jaws back in theaters, man, in 3D, just for fans, just September the 2nd. If you were a big old, hey man, I'm Gen X. That's my thing right there. So,
3D.
3D. So, Be cool. This Friday coming up, they will be showing Jaws back in the theaters, 3D, the way it's supposed to be seen.
Oh my gosh. And then we have Honk for Jesus, which I really want to see.
Have you seen the trailers?
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
I gotta see this.
What's his name again? I forgot his name, but I really like the actress from This Is Us. He's funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
And then Regina King, of course.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah. I can't wait to see it because they serious. I love comedies when people are serious.
And it's a documentary, a mockumentary.
Yes, mockumentary. Yeah,
so that's even better.
I love it. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, and then Don't Worry, Darling is very high in a lot of people's ratings.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't know why anybody would get the same slot as Avatar. I don't know who did that.
That's Avatar 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, part 2. Why would if I knew that Avatar 2 was coming out, I'd be like, no other studios can have this because we're not gonna make any money, guys. But okay, that makes sense. But
they're just dropping Avatar 1 because 2 comes out in December.
Oh, December.
So they give you a little taste.
Oh, okay, cool.
Go back to the theaters, get the feel, back in the big screen, blah, blah.
I mean, when it came out, I was 8, so I don't think I saw it in theaters. Or maybe I did, I just don't remember. So it'd be cool to see it again.
Yeah, go see it in the theaters. Now you can see the big screen. If it's in 3D, I don't know if they're going to put it out in 3D. It's the best 3D you ever seen in your life. Okay. I don't like 3D.
Yeah.
But this is the best 3D you ever seen in your life. James Cameron, man.
Yeah. So yeah, this is all highly anticipated movies, so we'll definitely be watching it.
Yes. And
I think that's it, guys.
That is it for the show.
Subscribe, share, like, and leave a comment. I think that's it. We'll be watching our movies, and yeah.
Responding, guys. So yeah, come back and see where we got our thoughts on these upcoming movies and shows.
Yes. All right, see y'all later.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.